Our coverage continues now of the breaking news, that mass shooting in San Bernardino, California. These are pictures taken just a short time ago. If you're just joining us, up to 14 people were killed, 14 people were injured. These are live pictures right now as police are still going through a social services center looking for any gunman who may be inside, also looking for any potential bombs that may be inside. Now, joining us to talk more about an active shooter scenario is Jay Dotson, a disaster preparedness expert. Jay, thank you for joining us today on really a tragic day.
Yes, sir.
One thing that stands out to us about this situation is that, as we've reported, they're looking for up to 3 suspects who apparently escaped in a dark-colored SUV. Mm-hmm. Is that what sets this incident apart?
Well, you know, we need to be very careful we don't jump to conclusions in these type of cases, but yes, it is unusual. It brings to mind my thought process or my prediction they might be possibly going to strike another target in the very near future.
Yeah, they're
even
carrying
within hours.
lawn guns. They're, I mean, they called them prepared.
Yes, very, very prepared. So they may be getting ready to go to another target in the very near future, a few hours or so.
You know, it's a sad fact in this day and age. We've already encountered a number of people in our newsroom talking about going Christmas shopping, being out. You really almost have to have a plan anymore if you're going to be out in public for an active shooter situation.
Absolutely. There's businesses need to have a plan, a written plan they can educate their staff on, and that education can transfer to the home place where folks can tell their families what to do. And there's a lot of information online. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has. There's the phrase "run, hide, fight" is the most popular. There are several phrases. They recommend you run, hide, or fight. And in reality, in most cases, it tends to be a little bit more safer for a person if they actually shelter in place or hide, because we don't know in the future, as things unfold, as these cases continue, that the strategies may change if the shooters, and I have a prediction, I hope I'm wrong about everything I think, but I have a prediction that they may start trying to draw people outside of buildings. And one of the things we might want to think of for any business that does fire drills, for instance, is that could someone intentionally pull a fire alarm in trying to draw people out into the outside of the building, if you will.
Well, and in fact, in this case, there are reports that a fire alarm was pulled, that people were starting to evacuate from that building, and in fact were stopped and told to go back into the building to go ahead and hide in place. Does that ring true as far as your experience?
Interesting. I didn't know that fact about this incident in California today, but I have a huge fear that you know, someone that does this is going to essentially do some research on their target, maybe call in a bomb threat, potentially pull a fire alarm, and months later, you know, after they've gathered the information as to the response for the business or organization, then they would use that as information to be more successful. Another thing is currently there's a little bit of a switch in perspective when it comes to a bomb threat. Over the years, most of the time, we've always encouraged people to go outside the building, but today we're thinking more along the lines of, you know, maybe investigating a little bit closer as opposed to having them go outside the building, because those outside areas, I'm afraid, are going to become targets in the future.
Well, as you can see by our video here, and we're looking at this live, or at least in videotape, the police presence there is incredible. We're hoping that they're going to solve this. Do you think, with the cameras that are in these buildings, and we just have a couple of seconds left, that this is a solvable case?
I would think so. There's a lot of research tools to find the persons, but the problem is it may be several days before they actually find them, and it's possible, again, they may hit another target here later today or tomorrow. I hope not, but you never know.
We hope you're wrong too.
Yes, I do too.
Thank you, Jay.
Jay, thank you for your insight. We certainly appreciate it today.
Thank you.
Stay with CBS 4. Our coverage of this breaking news continues right after this.